Branding is superficial, it's fake, it's disingenuous, and I'm not going to be a part of any of that bullshit. And that was my view when I first started in the business world. I thought the person that is the best at what they're doing is just gonna get paid. So I obsessed getting as many certifications as I could, going to college. I would leave my house at 4:30, I would get back at 8 o'clock at night, and then I would study for the next couple of hours just to repeat the whole thing again. My first 4 years total, I made $75,000. There was a moment in time where I almost gave up, and in those moments in business where you feel like giving up, there has to be an alarm system that goes off in your head, and the alarm system should say this: this is exactly where people give up. This is exactly where people give in. This is exactly where people give out, and what you gotta do is you gotta give more. And I thought, maybe I'm going about this wrong. I ventured out, I was looking for answers, I hired mentors, I hired coaches, and I started to get to the next level in business. I started to make more money. And I came back to the branding conversation, the one that I thought was stupid and disingenuous. And I feel like you can only excrete from something at the frame of which you view that something. And the frame of which I was viewing branding was disingenuous, it was fake, and it was inauthentic. But branding's not a logo, it's not a website, it's not a color. Those are part of a brand, but that's not what branding really is. And as I started to take on this journey and this discovery of diving down deep, I started to really find out the true meaning of what it meant to actually build a brand. And brand is about you. It's about building who you are, and it's about building in alignment. And anytime there's a gap between who you are and how you're showcasing that in business, it's gonna show up in your bank account. It's gonna show up in your relationships, and it's gonna show up in your results. And what I've come to realize is the more that we can bridge the gap and be true to that, the more success we're gonna have. And so first 4 years total, I made $75,000. I've been able to do that in a month. I've been able to do that in a weekend, and I've learned how to do that in a day. And I've been able to generate millions of dollars in my business over the course of that time. And what I can genuinely and authentically say is it all starts and begins with a brand. And so I got into branding, and I called myself a branding coach because I knew the importance of branding. And it took me a while to get to that place where I felt confident enough to call myself a coach, right? Because you're coaching, you're telling people what to do, you're telling them to avoid this and do that. And a coach isn't really what people needed. What they really needed was a branding mentor. And so that's when I evolved from that Coach Travis Brady to that branding mentor. And a branding mentor is going alongside of them and guiding them through the process. But as time went on, I realized that that's not even really what people need. They need someone that's going to help them discover their brand and help them dive into the deepest parts of their mind, dive into their heart, help them uncover their spirit and pull out that brand. And so I no longer refer to myself as a branding mentor, I refer to myself as a branding alchemist. In the true sense of an alchemist, they turn metals to gold. But if you've ever read The Alchemist, the main character, Santiago, keeps having this reoccurring dream of finding gold near the pyramids. And so he sets out on this huge quest to become rich and go find his gold. And he encounters all these different things, a mentor, love, and he goes through all these different trials and things in his quest to find wealth. And when he gets to the pyramid, he realizes that the gold he was seeking all along was back where he began the journey. But that's not really where the wealth is. The wealth, what he came to find out, was in his actual journey, was in his experiences. And so as I'm working with people, I'm helping them really uncover their experiences. And those experiences make a great story, and that's what qualifies you. That's what your clients want. They want to know what experiences you have that are going to help them experience progression in their life. As I've worked with thousands of people, that's really what they're seeking. They're seeking to really come into alignment where their beliefs, their deepest beliefs, their values, and how they're living life all aligns. And then we build the graphics, then we build the website, and then we start to build the team all in line with that, and it happens so much faster, it happens so much more effortlessly. And what I can say with working with a lot of people is they wake up with a new passion in life, a new purpose. So what do you think?
Do you really want me to tell you?
Yeah, you're gonna be doing a lot of documentaries, videos, you're my director. I really want your feedback.
You're talking way too much.
I knew it.
Come on, dude, like, you know, you're supposed, like, these people, they want your help. You know that. But I feel like you're just talking too much.
I want them to understand what branding is, because it's the foundation of their business. If they fuck it up or they don't do it right or they don't put enough time into it, then things don't work the way that they hope they want them to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think they get that. But I feel like you just, instead of talking so much, you gotta show them.
Yeah.
What?
What if we bring in Dom.
Okay.
He's been talking about leads, Jerry Maguire scene. Let me just show you.
Ah, there you are, Travis. Where are my leads?
All right, I get it. You want leads, but let's just bury the attitude just a little bit, and let's get back to the core reason of why you started this business, right?
Are you asking me to dance?
No. What I'm saying is, let's get back to the core reason of why we started this business.
So you're asking me to dance?
No, what I'm saying is, let's get back to the core reason of why we started this business. It wasn't all about the money, was it?
Travis, do your job.
Fine. Ugh. God, help me. Help me, Dom. Help me. Help me help you. Help me help you.
Dude, Travis, you're hanging on by a small little string, and that's what I like about you. Help me. Help me help you.
I got leads. I got leads in different area codes. Leads in different area codes. Now you thought I was a 770 or the 404. I'm nationally known, baby, like y'all don't know. It's the incredible lead man, digital nomad with a global brand plan. I'm scheduled on demand, man. 708 to 202. I'm sending campaigns in small towns and metros too. 901, matter of fact 305. I launched the funnel today and let the leads arrive. So set your KPI and let the matrix soar. Until I close a deal, I'ma deliver mad results. 302 to 303, right? 205 to 803, right? I'm crafting headlines with testers and ad services. Click-through ratio climbing, self-converting. 705 to 400, my system on overload. I got leads.
What do you think?
You're proud of this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, no, this is really good.
Yeah.
One thing I would say, an idea for you.
Okay.
So this is what I'm thinking.
What about you, baby? Sita?
I'm not in it.
Okay, let's get you in. Okay, let's watch this.
Okay, all right.
I was a lone wolf out on my grind, building my brand, lost in my mind. Then she walked in like a dream so wild, got me tripping, got me hypnotized. Her smile like the sun kissing my face, her curves, man, my heart can't keep pace. She moves like fire, burns so sweet. Damn, she got that magic, I'm glued to my seat. Oh, Flory, my Flory, you're one of a kind. Sexy when you dance, you got me out of my mind. Loving me crazy, treating me right, and the way we get down, baby, woo, what a night.
Okay, there's one more really important thing that I want to share. And yeah, there's one more important thing, and talk about Tatum and Max and leadership and the importance of not carrying all the balls in the business. Let me show you. Before I even had my son, I constantly had these feelings and emotions come up within me like, am I really ready to be a dad? Am I really ready to take this living being and actually help him in this world? And I constantly heard, you know, you'll learn as you go, just like anything else in life. When he's born and as he's grown, I learned that I was never, ever gonna be the leader I needed for my son. That's not what my son needed though. My son didn't need a leader. My son needed a follower. He needed someone to listen. He needed someone to understand. He needed someone to get to his level. And I've learned more about business being a follower to my son than I have any other certification, any other client, anything else in this world. Ultimately, I feel like that's what people are looking for. They're looking for someone that's gonna listen, someone that's gonna understand, someone that's gonna empathize with them. And it's been incredible to be a part of that and helping them realize that, because we want someone to ultimately understand what we're going through. We want people to understand our pain, and we want to see that they've experienced the pleasure that we want to experience in our life. And in order to do that in your business, you can't always be taking on all the balls. You have to be willing to give up your ego and be willing to pass on these balls. And as my son has grown older, I've always tried to teach him to play fetch with Max, but every time I throw the ball, okay, Max brings it back to me. So I give the ball to my son and I say, Tatum, throw the ball. And Max goes grab the ball and he brings it back. And I was like, no, Max, bring it back to Tatum, not me. But one day up in my room, for the first time, I saw my son and my dog playing fetch. And as I saw him playing fetch, I realized that sometimes the things that we want to happen in our business without the balls moving, sometimes we have to develop those leaders and they have to mature for those types of things to happen. And that all starts with us. That all starts with you as a leader to do that. And this is what happens in business. We try to give up the balls, but suddenly they come back to us. And this is why a lot of businesses don't grow, is because we can't teach the people that we're leading to play without us. Through this journey of these videos that you've watched, I've hoped that I've inspired you. I hope it's opened up something to you to help you in your brand and in your business. And if we haven't talked by now, I would love to talk with you, okay? I would love to be a part of what you're doing on any level. So genuinely, I say this, reach out to me. Drop me a message, let's talk, and I would love to be a part in your journey. Lastly, I want to leave you with this. Be inspired in what you're doing. Be next gen. Be strong. And you truly do have a story that the world needs.